Hey, good morning, good morning, good
Good
morning. How you doing,
morning.
buddy?
Good morning. How are you?
Boy, check this chat out. Man, I am doing
It's
great. I'm
11
doing great.
o'clock, man. Everybody's awake. Everybody's here.
Yeah, I know, right? I
Curtis is
gotta be
showered.
honest. Yeah, I gotta be honest. I enjoyed the little extra sleep in this morning. I don't sleep late anymore. I'm 48, got 3 kids. I got 2 dogs. I typically by I would say 8 o'clock on a Saturday. I got everybody's needing stuff. So
Yeah, I hear you on that one. Yeah, I during the week I wake up around 5:30, so
mm,
I'm naturally awake. So,
right. Well, let's give the chat some love this morning. Let's go straight down the list. Art by Ackerman. I always want to start off the show by saying, it was I think it was the great or maybe the infamous Mesopotamian shaman Curtis Ackerman who said we were the best thing to happen to Saturday morning since
he
cereal and
did say that.
cartoons.
I won't forget that.
That's right. I think I'm going to have it tattooed. The weight is unbearable. West Coast folks, they should be here every week or I riot. Absolutely. I wonder this too. We need to reach out. Somebody needs to
Yeah,
do a
man.
wellness check. We need a wellness check. Where's Rob Zamora? Good morning, Jay
Exactly.
Mack. Good morning, Andy the Collector, who's probably sitting in a room full of boxes at the moment, ready to
Yes.
move.
Countdown.
Jeff says
Good
it's great to be
morning. Good
awake and
morning.
make the showtime.
Yeah.
We got
Nice.
Grumps here this morning.
Morning
Terrence, who
grubs.
typically would be on his way to work, but he's going in late today or something like that. I think something's going on different. There's Heinrich, Dave Orkin, Benny Torres. Let's see here. We got Brian Carr. Man, everybody's here this morning.
Everybody's here.
So,
Thank you,
so let
guys.
me
Thank you.
yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Smash that like button so that we can get Trevor to show up. Smash it so that we know he's going to come. I want to start off the show this morning with something a little serious, but also really good.
Yeah.
People in the cabal may know that we have a cabal member named Scott Ball who has undergone some pretty extensive surgery
Yeah, for
this
sure.
past week. And if you know the story, then you know it. If you don't know it, and you're a member of the cabal, go check it out, and you can see what's going on there. But we just, he came out of surgery this week, and we want to wish him well. We want to send bunches of love and positivity from one toy collector to another. Whether you are in the cabal, whether you dig mythics, whether you could hate mythics, but just from one myth from
Hmm.
one toy collector family to another, man, we really wish Scott the best in his recovery. So much love and shout out to Scott.
Absolutely. Well said, sir.
And thank you to his brother for continuing to post updates while Scott is recovering. Really appreciate that. I want to touch on New to Mythics. Dude, you had Brian C. on this week. How was that conversation?
It was fun. We had tried a couple times to get together, reconnect. Um, but the dude is just so damn talented, man. Like
Mm,
his his crab creations are just ridiculous. So it was
yeah.
fun. This next week, show note, super proud, super excited. Finally got to wrangle in Chris Gorich. So that is going to be a great conversation. We do a lot of um, production, productivity, product production, factory, conversating, a lot of inside information on, just how the figures are made and the process and all that stuff. I asked a bunch of stupid questions about how the figures get made, and he answered. So it was a good
Nice.
good conversation. I had a good time. He's still
That's
crazy,
awesome.
but
Yeah.
we
Did
had
you
fun.
did you get a chance to ask him if he would unblock the Purple Gang guys?
I think it slipped my mind. It slipped my mind, but I will text him and ask
Yeah.
him that. No, I
See if
was
he'll
gonna
unblock
say
those guys.
last year the greatest birthday gift I was ever given was Chris's personal phone number. I was just like, this is the greatest. I'm not going to use it, but I have it, and it's a great. It's to text him every once in a while is a great gift.
Yeah. Do you remember
Awesome,
when the
dude.
when the Hanover Marriott staff give me Jeremy Gerard's personal phone number, and then I give it out to everybody at Double Jointed
Yeah.
Live at Legion's Con.
Oh
So
man, that was funny
uh,
as shit.
I
Shush.
didn't call him from my cell phone, so I don't have it stored. I
Yeah.
don't even remember it. If you remember correctly, I was like, "Hey, dude, you remember the first three, you remember the next three, you remember the last four, and then I'll call." Yeah, that was fun. I don't have it. I don't remember it. So yeah, I cannot. Uh,
That was so
uh,
much fun though. So much
yeah,
fun.
look here. The Curtis is like, we need to try to get together.
I messaged him and he was busy. He
Yeah,
was a busy guy. He's a busy
he
guy.
was probably filming a show. Uh, if I had to imagine, when is the next New to Mythics live? Because I think I signed up to be on. Is that tomorrow
Next
or is it next Sunday?
next Sunday. Next
Okay,
Sunday. The
all right.
23rd. And then the next one's in ZoloCon. So I'm hoping to get a ZoloCon show. I'm hoping the Wi-Fi is okay. If not, it might be a real short show. So we'll see.
Yeah, I feel some dead air real quick. I forgot. I need to send my wife a
Yeah,
text.
no problem. So next week, I have the list of guests for New to Mythics. So the regular pre-recorded show will be Chris, and then for guests on the next New to Mythic live is, let's see, we've got that's February 23rd. We've got maybe Nick Campbell, we got Mark, we got Jeff, maybe Rob Zamora, Brendan Higgins, Brian Carr, Heinrich, maybe Steph or Dave, and my man from across the pond, Elijah Baker, said he is down to be there. So super excited for that, man. It's just like a conversational. If no one's checked it out, I've got a list of topics that we go over, stuff that's happening in the mythic world and then outside, show and tell, stuff like that. Shout outs, customizing. What are you working on? What shows or what cons are you going to? Stuff like that. And usually it's about 3 hours, but it's a lot of fun. We have a good time. We talk, we jib jab. So check
Sweet.
it out next Sunday at 9
I
a.m.
was trying to communicate with my wife something that I totally forgot, and I screwed up because what I was telling her happens tomorrow, not today. It slipped my mind. But did I hear Elijah Baker?
Yes, Elijah Baker will be there next Sunday. I've got a show taped
So
that I
good.
think is the following Tuesday. So this Tuesday is
I haven't
Chris.
chatted with him since Legion's Con, and it's going to be amazing.
Yeah, he's coming up. He's March 4th is his show. But I'm going to tape a part two because we were just in the weeds talking about movies and having such a good time. So I want to tape another episode of him and his thoughts on Legion's Con. We were just talking so much that we didn't really get to talk about the stuff that I wanted to talk about. So he's such an awesome dude. If people don't know Elijah, man, hit
Yeah,
that guy up.
he's
He's
incredible, and his photography also incredible.
yes, yes, absolutely.
I too, Andy, had some friends go see it last night, and they both loved it. They said it is a hard reset of the MCU, and they're like, it feels like it. It feels like a good reset. So they said it's we must have smashed that like button enough because there he is. Good
I'm
morning,
just ready
Trevor.
for
Thanks for joining
Marvel.
us. I'm glad you got the message about the later show date. He probably didn't. He was like, "Nope, this is when I normally get here," so
Hey,
that's
he
a good
gets
show,
here when he
everybody.
gets
Thanks.
here.
We'll see you next week.
Yep, we're done.
No, I'm just
We've
kidding.
reached it.
Kicking off at the new time. Really hope you guys dig it because
Terrence, you're in, buddy. So far, Terrence and
the
Dave
lights have
for the
summoned Trevor.
Solocon.
And then the last little note before we kick off the show is if you guys haven't had a chance to check out my Meet the Collector interview that went up this week, it was,
Yes.
if anybody caught the clue last week when I said reptile, it is Nikki Nicole from Savage Crucible. If you happen to be a Savage Crucible fan, she showed off one of the next Lemurians called the Shield of Dacera. I'm surprised I remembered that because it doesn't even sound like somebody's name. It's
It's
more of a
so
title.
cool.
But it is a lavender reticulated albino python. Is that correct? But it is the albino Lemurian, if nobody has seen it. We had a great time talking. Nikki is somebody who's been a dear friend of mine for a long time.
She's awesome.
She's so amazing. She's such a talented person. She you can still tell, like even though she works for like another toy company, and somebody would, somebody I'm sure out there would even say a competing toy company to Mythics, you can tell how much she still loves Mythics. She is still very much like a Mythics fan at heart. And so yeah, definitely. Thanks, Trevor. I really appreciate it. She's fantastic. And
Yeah, she is.
yeah, she's great. So I
I'm
hope
watching
you guys
that
get
today.
a chance to. Yeah, thanks. Let's see. J-Mac says, great episode.
I look forward to your next guests, whoever they will be. I mean,
yeah,
you're just
man,
killing it with all these amazing, Dork Layer and
I'm trying. I'm
Toy
trying.
Bro,
I record
Mickey,
my next
Trevor.
episode tomorrow. I've got my next guest lined up, so I have my
Is
next
it
one.
Jesus? Is it? I mean, who else? Who else could it be? I mean, you've got all these amazing people.
I'll give you a little bit of information, little bit. He is somebody who everybody in the toy community knows.
You're interviewing yourself.
No. He is somebody that everybody knows. I met him in person for the first time at
Okay.
IshCon.
I know who it is.
IshCon last year.
I think I know who it is.
Anybody who was with me at IshCon last year may already know who that is. But let's see here. I'm trying to think of a clue that I can give you guys.
Is it Terrence? Terrence is your guest?
Oh. It's not Terrence.
Well, that's just disappointing.
You know what? I will say
Curtis.
that
Curtis is lobbying for himself.
Is it me?
Why isn't it me?
Curtis and I are like two planets that have been circling each other's orbit, but have never been pulled into each other's gravity well yet. So we have been at different things at the same time and been very close to each other, but have never interacted in person. And I hope to change that this year. I will say, let's see here. I'm going to give the clue NYC. NYC is the clue. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay.
Hey, Blake, Recon Rage, thank you so very much, dude. I really appreciate it. I need to sit down with Blake and have a chat with him. He's a wonderful dude. All right. So, awesome. All right. I think that's all for the notes. We've talked to the chat. We've seen some people. Let's get into what everybody is here for. And, man, where is it? Here we go. Man, I hope you guys can hear my kids screaming because they are in rare form today. Can you guys hear them?
No, I don't hear anything.
Man, they are just going to town today.
Curtis
all right,
says,
Greg, you sent me this one this week. You tagged me in it, and I love this. So it had to be our #1 commercial. So let me get the chat.
It was awesome. I love when they do toy and live action. It's goofy.
Yeah, my gosh.
It's goofy, but it's fun.
Commanders, where all the action is above the ground.
Set up laser cable. Good work, Cable Raider.
The size of his backpack. Backpack was huge.
Sky Commanders, warning!
The evil raiders attack.
Deception.
Were they
this elaborate setup?
I know. Are they playing it like the Grand Canyon or what's going on?
Gotcha, Raider.
Somebody's
Sky Commanders,
Ben Affleck?
protectors of the
Back
high
porch.
frontier. Cable cannon comes with everything you see here. Other vehicles each sold separately. New from Kenner.
Dude, I loved Sky Commanders. My whole backyard would have been roped up.
Oh man, I would have bought like a giant spool of string and just.
Dude, I probably had 3 or 4, but I still would just rope up my whole backyard and just slide them around all day long. I love this question right here. What is a responsible number of Vernalist Arden scale figures to pre-order? I pre-ordered 2.
Good question.
I heard them. Kids.
We're going to circle back to that question.
Yes, we are definitely going to be circling back to that. Audio is working great today. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. I do my best. I want it. I want to make sure that everybody can hear me. Here's what I've got to figure out. Anytime I go live, Greg and I sound equally great
Sexy?
to you guys. I hope sexy. Yes, but anytime I use Restream,
Thank you very much.
recording, would do some ASMR.
Oh yeah, baby.
Anytime I do a recording with somebody, like when I interview them, their audio is really high and mine's really low. And then not when we're recording. When we're recording, we sound great. But
It's hard to,
during playback, mine is really low, theirs is really high, and I have to go in there and manually equal them out. And I hate doing that. So I got to figure that out. Benny Torres says, Sky Commanders was one of my favorite toys growing up. Yep, my cousin and I had strings everywhere. I love them. I would love to see them make a comeback. But yeah, I mean, we would have to have the strings, we would have to have the backpacks. But I would buy a few for sure, and I would still at 48 rope up my backyard and slide them.
Oh, for sure, dude. If we were neighbors, there would be figures crossing by, like, chum chum chum. Get a ladder.
Yes, I have seen all the guesses, and as you guys know, I neither confirm nor deny any of the guesses.
He's a secretive lad. He's not giving it up easy.
No, I am not giving it up easy. Just ask Greg. It's many lunches before I give it up.
Absolutely, yes. Many lunch.
Right.
With Wrestling Superstars, it's like having a real match right in your own home. There's Jimmy Superfly Snuka, the Iron Sheik, Hulk Hogan, and Big John Studd. And now you can fly them and flip them in the Sling 'em Wrestling Ring. Wrestling Superstars and New Wrestling Ring, each sold separately from LJN.
From LJN. Did you have any of these when you were growing up? Were you
always wanted some, and I never had any. And I wonder, how are they holding up now? Do people still have them? Do they still look the same, or did I rub
I have a
them?
friend of mine that has a few of his, and the paint is just like completely rubbed off. But
yeah,
I never had any of these as a kid. Now I had the other wrestling figures that were the hard plastic that you could like pull their arms back and they would like spring forward. Like I had those guys, and
they're kind of rubbery, aren't they? Or
these are very rubbery. Yeah, you know. Well, we're not gonna.
But they always look like fun. Like at that point I loved wrestling, but I never had any.
Yeah,
but they look like a lot of fun.
Well, it's J-Matt, or no, Benny says, well, it's funny you say that, Mark. Your audio is always low when I'm watching you at work on my phone. Yeah, it's not your phone. I think it's me. I have to figure that out. There's something that happens between the recording with Restream and then when it gets re-encoded when I bring it into iMovie. There's something that happens, and I've tried to investigate, and the best I can find is that it has something to do with somewhere there's an auto audio issue. Somewhere I have some setting set to where it like kind of like tries to auto level, and that's what I'm trying to figure out, how to make sure I have got all that crap turned off, because I'm tired of rewatching an episode seconds by seconds and changing audio every few seconds. It's it's a mess.
It looks like the toys are still
Curtis
holding
says
up.
those are dog toys.
Looks like they're still holding up, though. Grumps had mentioned that they're still, Jeff said they're still good. So that's pretty good. I mean, as long as you take care of the paint, I guess they're still good.
I can still smell the rubber. Dude, there are so many scents that I remember from my childhood associated with characters. Like, I remember exactly, like, I've talked about this before. Like, I used to put water in my Cobra Khan Masters of the Universe figure, and it would sit in that plastic and get hot during the day. And then, like, when you would spray it, like the way that water smelled, and I would even spray it in my mouth. I was stupid. And then I would drink that water. It's probably also kind of also many like carcinogens or what, carcinogens or whatever in that water. I remember how it tastes. Yeah. Brian Carr says, please smash that like button. Yep. Please keep smashing it. Maybe somebody besides Trevor will show up. Benny says he remembered going over to his cousin's house and playing with these because he had tons of them. Yeah. Yeah, these are fun.
Yeah,
All
they
right,
look
here we
like
go.
fun.
We got one more.
Mad balls.
All right, let's do it.
Mad balls. Gross for one, gross for all. We play with a mad ball. They're gross, funny, yucky, sick. There's 8, so you can take your pick. We throw, catch, it's fun. There's so much gross in every one. Freaky fun is what they're for. There's so much ugly, so much more. Gross for one, gross for all. We play with a mad ball. We play with a mad ball. We play with a mad ball. Mad ball. Mad ball.
Freaky fun for everyone, sold separately from Amtoy.
Mad ball.
This is a fun commercial, but I never had any of these growing up.
I didn't really have a sense of wanting those. Matt Van Fossen, he sent me a few. I guess they came out again or something, and he sent me some. They're cool. I mean, they're fun, but
I've seen them around more recently, and then even more recently, I think.
Yeah. Did any of you guys have them? Anybody in the chat?
Yeah, they kind of remind me of those things I see in Walmart now called the Fuglies.
Yes.
Those little stuffed animal things with like real human teeth. Just kind of freak me out.
The secret decoding shield
Oh,
of the
man.
dreaded Dr. Doom
Now
has
you're
ordered
talking.
him to blow up the Freedom Tower.
Dr. Octopus, Dr. Doom, Captain America, and Spider-Man each sold separately.
Here's how it works, Dr. Octopus. Just slip the secret message in the secret shield. Now our secret mission is revealed. How do we stop him, Captain America? That's our secret, Spider-Man.
Dr. Doom, Captain America, and other action figures from the Marvel Secret Wars collection, each sold separately. New from Mattel.
Do you recognize that voice?
No, who was that?
I think that's our guy. I think that's Optimus Prime. What's his name? God, I just went completely blank.
Brian
But
something?
listen,
No. What's his name?
That's our secret, Spider-Man.
Dr. Doom, Captain America, and other action figures from the Marvel Secret Wars collection, each sold separately.
Oh, yeah.
New from Mattel.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's his name? Paul?
What's
What's his name?
Peter. Why am I blanking on him?
Andy knows. I know Andy knows.
Oh, of course he does. Andy, who's Optimus Prime's voice? Yeah. Secret powers. Yeah, man. I see, man, I love the Secret
Wars, dude,
Secret
was
Peter Cullen. Yeah.
Peter Cullen. Yeah, I was way off. I'm like,
so many people hit us with the Peter
Paul.
Cullen.
So
Yeah.
Secret Wars, I didn't know. I was kind of a poor kid, and I didn't know that these toys even existed. And so I went to go visit my dad. I lived with my grandparents. I went to go visit my dad, and he gave me $50. I was probably, I don't know, 11, and $50 to me was like $1,000.
Dude, you were like a millionaire if you had $50.
Yes, I was like, holy crap. So he took me to Zodi's or Jimco or whatever, and I saw these like Secret Wars, and I grabbed like all of them. Like I had them all.
Because they were probably like $2.99.
Yeah, but my dad's heart was like broken. Like he thought I was gonna get like a baseball mitt or like a bomber model airplane kit or something. He's like, wouldn't you rather have like this baseball bat? And I'm like, no, I'm freaking happy. I got all of them. I have them all. And so he's like, okay, I guess. And so I had them. I loved them. But I played the hell out of them
today. Like I really want Marvel to keep pumping these out.
Yes, I hope they
more.
do.
There's
The next
so
series,
many more I want.
Like Daredevil and just all the Mank is in the house.
Octopus,
The Mank.
Kang.
The Mank is in the house.
Speaking of
Morning, Steve.
Dr. Octopus, I know a lot of people are starting to get their Mezco 112 collective Doc Ock, the classic Doc Ock, to go with Spidey, and just be careful. Those arms are like the metallic or his like bendy wire arms are like breaking right at the connection point where you plug it into the figure. So I've seen a bunch online, but locally, my good friend Scott got his, and he was like, "Yeah, I just broke one," and then like a few minutes later, he was like, "Shit, I broke another one."
I need that Green Goblin.
Yeah, that Green Goblin looks awesome.
Yeah, Terrence. Daredevil was in one of the series, the later series, maybe with the symbiote Spider-Man.
Yeah, Daredevil was definitely a part of Secret Wars.
It's funny though.
I don't know if he was in the comic, but I know that he was in the toy.
No, not at all. But the face part, it like faded, so it'd be like kind of reddish, pinkish,
yeah,
weird
painted on top
color.
of it. That's right.
What's up, Randall?
Yep.
Good morning, Randall. Thanks for popping in, man.
You see Randall in here? Where's Randall?
Yeah.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, we got Steve the Mank in here too.
My buddy. Randall is for everybody who doesn't know, he's my bestie. He lives here in town. I love that dude. Love him. All right, let's get into it. We've got some stuff to talk about. So let me get to, where's my buttons? Where are my
buttons?
Oh, actually, we don't. We have an unboxing to get to.
We got Hall. Don't forget.
Oh, shoot.
We're all over the place. It's the 11 o'clock hour. You know, we're thrown off.
Dude, let me hit all the buttons. Oh, man. Let's look at this.
Super chat.
Curtis, dude, super chat. Mad Balls was them trying to get Garbage Pail Kid nerds into sports balls. Hot take. The new Secret Wars are a disappointment with only one shield insert. I freaking agree with you on that. I want to know Dr. Doom's plan. I need more than one shield insert. Terrence was talking, and thank you, Curtis, for that super chat. That's amazing, dude. And I am talking the comic. Yeah, I don't remember if he was in the comic, but he was in the toy line. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Randall got to run.
His next client.
Yeah, he is an
assassin, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Hitman.
He's got to take somebody out.
Yeah.
Oh, can I interject something real quick?
Interject all you want, man.
You said assassin, and that reminded me. If anybody out there has Apple TV, there is a movie that hit on Apple TV this week called The Gorge.
Yeah, I heard about that.
It's directed by Scott Derrickson, who directed The Black Phone with Ethan Hawke, and
good movie.
He directed the first Doctor Strange movie for Marvel. He's typically a horror director, and this movie stars. It's basically got two main actors. It's got gosh, I just went completely blank. I'm losing it. But basically, it stars two assassins are selected to go and protect this gorge. And you get the idea that there's some sort of creature or creatures that live down in the gorge, and they are trained assassin snipers, and their job is to protect each side of the gorge.
Do they fall in love?
Miles Teller.
Yes.
Is the guy, and the girl is, I forget her name, but the blonde, she was in The Witch. She played magic in the... No,
Anya Taylor. Anya Taylor.
Anya Taylor, yeah, that's right.
Beautiful. Wonderful.
Yeah, they are the two.
Awesome.
Let me tell you, this movie is crazy wild. And kudos to whoever cut the trailer, because the trailer is only moments from like the first 30, 40 minutes of the movie. You have no idea what is coming. Like, whatever you think is going on down below, it's crazy. So it is a lot of fun. We watched it last night. It's a lot of fun. Definitely. Yeah. Anya Taylor-Joy, Jason Bateman, Gary Coleman. Yeah. What you talking about, Willis?
What are you talking about, Terrence?
Yes, unfortunately, Apple TV is the only way to watch it. It is an Apple TV exclusive. They are the distributors. Okay, so we're going to get into our hauls. I don't have a lot, but
I've got two.
But I have. Do not tell my wife, and she doesn't watch the show. I have a shit ton coming today. Like, I think I have like.
I have a couple today and Wednesday.
Like 4 boxes.
Next week will be better.
Today. And one of them is from Sparrow, and it's got like 10 figures in it. So, like, I'm going to have a lot next week. I have nothing right now.
The Gorge.
The Gorge. Yeah. Look at
the
this.
Gorge.
Brian, thanks to all my brothers from our chat for keeping me sane leading up to the Super Bowl. I appreciate the love. I can focus on toys again. Yes, and congrats
you're going to have to start sending me this super chat money.
I don't know.
You need to share this super chat money that's coming.
You know what? I have to wait for it to hit. It actually takes 30 days, and then for it to like...
A likely story.
Yeah, The Gorge is the name of the movie, and it is exclusive to.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it today or tonight. I think
will enjoy it. I mean, it's a big budget.
I saw a trailer and I liked it.
Big budget action movie. Like it's a full blown. Like this could have been in movie theaters. I'm sorry. My wife is going to kill me as trademark. You're right. It absolutely is. I can't say that. But that being said, I don't have a lot of pickups this week, but I do have a lot that I have like been customizing and just playing around with, and so I'm going to share those.
What you got, man?
One of them
Yeah,
is,
let's see what you got.
I talked about like a week or maybe 2 weeks ago. I talked about that Kai Labs kit that I got. Well, I put it on my my Valiant Knight, and this is just incredible. Like this just gets me so hyped for what's coming. With Necronominus, like the soft goods on top of like the bodies, and knowing that the bodies underneath are the Valiant Knight bodies. Like this is, and then the little real metal work. Like I think that works. It comes out so great with Mythics.
Looks like a perfect fit too. Fits perfect.
It's incredible. Like it's so
Looks
good.
Great.
So that's something I've been playing around this week and having a lot of fun with.
I picked up a couple of those from Joseph Connors, but they're in the next room, so I'll show them next weekend.
The Valiant Knights or the cloth good sets.
The cloth goods. Yeah, Joseph Connors was selling some, and he sent me a couple. So,
dude, Benny, I feel you, buddy. Like Sparrow has been, but I will say that this order like went out within 3 days of me ordering it, and it's still taking a while to get to me, but that's okay because last week I had a terrible, I don't know if you remember, but it was like 3 weeks between the time I ordered and the time they shipped. It was a while. I would love some more tabards. Yeah, that would be great. And I think the newest one that they have, the new Kai Labs tabard set, is still up for pre-order on their website. Like if you just head over to like 5K Toys and search for Kai Labs, you'll find it.
Yeah, I might do that. They're what, $30, something like that?
Mm-hmm. I think you could pre-order it for like $5, and then when it ships, it's like you pay the rest, which is like $28 or something like that. 30.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
The C. Jessom ones from the Necronominus and All-Star 6, those look fantastic.
And I may or may not have purchased a Necronominus figure off of eBay. That is coming today.
I'm sorely tempted, but I know MuskyCon and ZoloCon are.
I found a good deal on a figure that is only $5 more than retail, and it's the one that
you can't beat that.
I wanted.
Yeah, my stepson's
got. I did not want to wait, and I did not want to miss out, and I jumped on it. Dude had a great deal, so
I'm consider me jealous.
I'll share it when it arrives. Okay, what you got?
Thank you. I got this lovely Electro.
I've never seen her in stores.
Yeah, my friend in Utah, Fernando, the Mando, picked this up for me. And she looks great, dude. Like her head sculpt is cool. I don't know anything about the character, but I think Marvel Legends, like they're killing it. And they're really upping their female figure game, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I have to tell you, I am having a lot of fun with Marvel Legends right now, which you're about to find out.
Yes, Curtis. Sorry. Yes, Curtis.
He was talking
sorry.
About his wife 7.
I saw that and I'm like, yes, Burdock and Greg's tribute. Up, Jack. Put me down, please. Sorry. Carry on with the
totally
show.
Fine.
I got excited.
We've actually been, we've been
Curtis.
talking about doing a soft goods show, Greg and I, this week. As a matter of fact, we want to see if we can get Darla on talking about her capes. A good friend of ours of Greg and I, Sean, who does the
Action Figure Armory
on eBay. I'm trying to get in contact with him. To see if
it's also a new guy, Keon Farley, I think his name is, who's really coming up with some great stuff too. So
yeah. I really hope that Necro is available for you guys that are hitting Zolo. That looks like that's probably going to be the case. I really hope so. But if not,
they are pumping it out
not,
at the studio,
I think
man. They are
definitely going to get them.
Pushing.
For sure. I'm really excited. I have money set aside to pick up at least 2. Another thing I've been having fun with this week, speaking of ZoloCon, because he kind of this is a ZoloCon exclusive head from Mythics, but I popped this ZoloCon head on my Green Knight, and I've just been loving this, man. This is
that is sharp.
It's just so fun. Like he just reminds me of like another character from that Warrior Beasts line. But yeah, I have that head, and I just popped it on, and dude, yeah, heck yeah, man. Absolutely.
I'm so in love with this figure. I love that damn figure.
Yeah, I don't know who is going to end up snagging me the Zolocon Headhunter exclusive from
Let me know.
Zolocon.
Me,
It's either
Brian,
you or Brian or
Terrence.
Terrence, but whoever. If anybody wants to trade for the ATL figure, we could just trade and then not change money around. But
Yeah, we'll talk after the show.
That was something else.
Because I think my stepson wants one, and so we'll figure it out. But yeah, I got you, man.
Hey, Benny,
Sorry.
have a good
Random
day,
hair.
man. Glad you could make
Benny's
it for
out.
a little bit.
See you, man.
Yeah, Keon Farley is killing it.
Yes. My last item this week is Wolverine. I had Deadpool too. I ordered them both, and then I kind of changed my mind, but I couldn't really cancel it. So if anybody wants this, it's for sale.
Really?
Unopened.
Okay, let's talk because I need that guy, and I'm tired of waiting on Big Bad Toy Store.
Okay. We'll talk.
Yeah.
That's it for me for this week.
Here is my only real pickup of the week. I've been wanting this for quite a while. I finally pulled the trigger. I didn't get it at a good price. It's full price, but I got the Marvel Legends Punisher War Journal and Bushwhacker with quite possibly the most disturbing.
It really is. I wasn't gonna go there, but
God, this thing is terrible. Like, I don't even know. Like, I know that
I would get it out of your house.
Yeah, I'm gonna sell this guy on eBay, but I doubt I'm gonna get anything. eBay is lousy with these things right now.
I feel like Jeff would want it. Jeff, you want that figure, Jeff?
This actually seems like something that Curtis would want. I don't know why I feel that way.
Curtis, maybe.
I have not taken Bushwhacker out, which, by the way, horrible name.
Can you be louder?
I told you this is the ASMR episode. But I mean, let's just look at the vein work on this right here.
It's just
disgusting. Who needs?
But some people, I mean, in the comic he was cool. That's why I was like, maybe Jeff wants him, maybe Terrence wants him. In the comic, he was a cool dude, but the figure, the arm is
you can pop that off, and he comes with an extra fist, so you can have just a bad guy if you wanted.
It's got that pop collar.
Yeah, it's got the
street tough.
Look at this. It's a face only a mother could love. I don't know, but let me tell you this: I played with that Punisher figure a lot yesterday. He is incredible. That's a really good. I have a couple of other figures. So I did pick up the Captain America, the Marvel Legends Captain America from the new movie. But what I found out was once I put the helmeted head on, he almost didn't even look like a Captain America figure anymore. He kind of looked like a Power Ranger. And so I bought recently that I bought another like Falcon and Coral 2-pack around the holidays when Walmart was selling them for like $17.
Yeah, me and Zamora got one.
I stripped the gear off of that character and just put it on this Captain America, and I'm having fun with this, just playing around. Like do you know these American Ninja figures that are getting ready to like come out that are like USA, but they're also ninjas? I forgot what company's making them. It reminded me of that, so I
think Jeff knows. Jeff was talking about it.
Yeah.
Wasn't he?
So I geared this guy up with some of Falcon's gear, and I've just been messing around with that.
No, that looks good.
Speaking of that, once I took the gear off of that Falcon, I then had a nameless Joe body and didn't know what to do with it. So I threw some extra gear on it and a Logan head. So this is the Falcon body just with the Marvel Legends patch head sculpt, and I kind of made like a.
That's fantastic.
So I've just been kind of messing around with some Marvel Legends this week, Their articulation
Legends are still fun, man.
Articulation is getting much better. Fun. Like it I know they seem limited, but once you really start playing around with them, you can really get them in some good poses. For $25, I'm getting my money's worth, I feel like.
That's what I was gonna say. Are they worth 50?
We're gonna talk about that.
We'll circle back.
Let's talk about that.
We'll circle back.
All right, man. So, all right, now let's get into our unboxing. All right. So, this week,
you gotta read Jeff's.
What is that?
You gotta read Jeff's
Let's see here.
I just thought it was
no fleshlight fingers for me. I have no want for that weirdo. Yeah, the pistol finger. So yeah, like he could turn his hands into guns, right? Like, here's the thing.
It's cool power.
Yeah, exactly. I agree with this. Like, yeah, with Emperor Antonio. Bushwhacker's powers feel like he belongs in an anime. Yeah. And then Terrence says he's not a big Punisher fan. Punisher's one of my 3 favorite Marvel characters of all time.
I love the Punisher.
But I would say Punisher probably has like the worst lineup of bad guys of all time. Like he's got the worst like rogues gallery. I think probably like his best would be like probably Jigsaw, but I like him best when he's going up against Kingpin. And I love that Kingpin was like a bad guy for like Punisher and Daredevil and Spider-Man. Like he kind of like ran the gamut of the characters that he harassed. We were going to build our whole entire show this week around G.I. Joe because there was some G.I. Joe news that was going to be breaking early next week on Tuesday. And so we were like, hey, let's talk Joe news. Let's do some unboxings. That Joe news slipped. They're pushing it another month. So instead, Jigsaw. So instead, we just decided, hey, well, we've already got them out. We're already going to do it. So we're going to open some Joes. And I don't know I have no idea what you're opening. You want to reveal them at the same time? All right. Let's see if we pick this. Let's see how much we think the same. All right. 1, 2, 3. What are you opening? Ooh, look at that. You went Cobra and I went Joe. Hey, that's cool. Let's do it. I'm going to do Leatherneck.
Should I ask the audience? Which one should I open? Let's ask the audience. Which should I open?
I do not have the Saw Viper. I don't have him. I don't even have him on pre-order.
I feel like I should open him. We have a Terrence is getting riled up about. Let me
explain where I think Terrence is coming from. Terrence pre-ordered this figure, so I think
I got an argument with a good friend over this.
I think Terrence
really
is on the other side of it because he pre-ordered it. That's what I think, but that's okay. You know what I say?
Maybe he's got some buyer's remorse or something.
Here's the thing. You do you.
You got it, Jeff. Let's
you do you. I don't begrudge anybody. If you want that figure,
Terrence,
go get it.
We're going to talk about it, Terrence.
If you want it, you know what? Somebody would look at me and say, you're going to spend like $100 on a hyper articulated Wolverine figure from the movie. Yes, I am. Because I loved Wolverine in that movie. And $100 is perfectly fine to pay for like an SH Figure Arts or a Mafex version of that figure. That's, if you look at that Spider-Man figure and you dig what they're offering, and I have to say, they're offering a lot, go get it, man. I'm not going to begrudge anybody.
Here's my thing on the Spider-Man.
We'll get into it. We'll get into it. It's part of our news.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You know what? I did. I just cut you off. That was shitty of me. I'm sorry.
No. I'm saying. We'll talk about it.
We're going to talk about it, Terrence. And I'm not gonna begrudge anybody.
At first, when I saw the colors, I was like, "That's just weird," but I'm into it, man. I think it's cool. That face.
I'm gonna give Terrence a hint. I don't plan on bashing this figure when we talk about Spider-Man. I'm not gonna bash it. I know Nikki will really enjoy this segment because she is very much a G.I. Joe fan. Dude,
is she?
Look at this.
I didn't know that.
Look at this gun. That's incredible. It looks so good. This rifle looks incredible.
Now this is a gun.
Now that's a knife.
I think it's a
Look
gun.
at that.
Now that's a knife.
That's incredible.
I don't know what it is, and it's not rubbery. The handle is, but the gun is not rubbery, so that's good. That's a good sign. Oh wait, is it upside down? I don't know.
Draven says, "What's the best figure for Brandon Lee's The Crow?"
Good question. What did he use? He threw a knife. Did he have guns?
Well, I think what Draven's asking is, do we have a recommendation for the best Brandon Lee Crow figure?
That's what I'm thinking. I'm trying to rethink the movie. Like he used a little bit of everything, or used whatever was in the scene. I think.
Yeah. I don't know. I know that Mezco.
I would give him a guitar.
I would
myself.
say probably Mezco's 1/12 Collective is probably the best one out there if you've seen it. He comes with a ton of stuff. He's super articulated. He's gonna have soft goods for the clothes.
Oh, I thought he was asking what is a good accessory.
Oh,
for
no. I think it would say.
What's the best figure?
What is the best crow figure that has been made today?
Yeah, I think you guys are right. I think Mezco.
Yeah, that's the one I would go with. If you don't have it and you're looking to buy one, that's what I would recommend. Curtis says, I can't focus on the figures with these two cute guys on screen. Plus, I'm thinking about getting pulled into Mark's orbit. Terrence says he's here to derail the show. Mission accomplished. When worlds collide.
You damn derailer.
Draven, hey, look, yeah. Jeff says, yeah. But then after that, if you can't get the Mezco, Diamond Select. That's really cool. Curtis and Mark, the convergence.
Yeah, Diamond Select too. Diamond Select, they scale a little bit bigger.
Curtis says Mezco for sure. Trevor's Mezco 1/12 for sure. Yeah. Blake says, yeah, the whole bashing of figures that you don't like is ridiculous. Remember, if you don't like it and can't afford it, then you don't have to buy it. One person's trash is another person's treasure. I couldn't say it better.
Yeah. Trevor, are you going to ZoloCon?
Yes, Draven. The Hot Toys is super expensive, and it's pretty old, so I know that the older ones typically go for a lot more. Man, I got to tell you, Leatherneck's hitting me in the feels. Check this guy out.
Yeah.
This is old school goodness through and through. And I have to tell you, man, like, this figure feels really good in hand. Like, this feels like maybe they've changed their plastic or something, or, I mean, it's just, the plastic feels fantastic.
Yeah, I think they're up in their game because
that Saw
Salverse,
Viper
maybe.
is from the same wave of this. Does it feel different to you? Like
yes, it's like super solid.
It feels very solid. It's got a little heft to it. The paint is fantastic. It's very clean. It's got a nice matte finish.
It's got a knife teeth.
Let's see. We got a knife going on. Check this really cool thing out.
And
he's got like some communications gear going around the side and then down to his little piece here on his waist, like a little communicator.
His armor is free floating on his body, so like kind of like Sparrow toys.
Oh yeah.
They're floating. They're not glued on or molded. They're floating like the gauntlets here. You can rotate them.
Speaking of,
like they're not attached to the actual.
That's really cool. Oh yeah, don't forget to put his Oakleys on. Yeah, I have them here. I don't know if I'm gonna use them though, to be honest, because I really don't like the way that the Joe like glasses, free floating glasses sit. Either sculpt them on their head or don't give them to them. I don't need, but there they are. I'll probably put them in a bin. I don't think I'll use them. Look at that boss mustache.
Look pretty
I like
good.
his backpack. Yeah, you brought up Sparrow. This week I bought the last 3 AWOC figures that I needed, and I am now complete. I have the whole line up until what has been released so far. Yeah, I'm ditching the goggles. What are you guys in the chat who have the Oakleys for Leatherneck? Are you using them? Not using them? We have a little knife here. Knife goes in the chest sheath. And he also comes with a pistol, and that is going in his drop holster.
So instead of doing a different head sculpt, they just made a helmet, a soft helmet that just pops right on. And this guy is pretty damn awesome. I'm glad I opened him.
Yeah, I love this leather.
If there's anybody on the fence,
for weeks.
This guy is solid.
Do you guys have a favorite G.I. Joe YouTuber out there? I'm gonna throw my recommendation out there. I love B's Battlegrounds. If you guys don't watch him, he is retired military. So what I really appreciate about him is that he knows all the technical terms about all of the gear. I know we have some retired military in our chat as well, but I just love, like, he knows like what the weapons are, and he'll call them out. He'll be like, this is not what that weapon looks like. It doesn't do this. It doesn't look like this. It looks like they took this and modified it. He knows what the cap and like all of their hats and all of their insignias mean. He knows like the proper name for all the gear that they wear. And and then he'll be like, "Oh, this is totally made up. This is not real," or "This is." And I really like him. He's like my favorite Joe reviewer out there.
Let's
B's
check him out.
Battlegrounds. Bobby B.
B's Battle.
Yeah, Bobby B.
I was listening to Analog Toys, who's buddies with Valaverse, Bobby Vala, and 3POA. He's an Australian guy that was in the military. He's a good dude.
Yeah, I'm just kind of going through the chat here and throwing up some of the chats. Heinrich Hoffman, yeah. Semper Fi. Not a punk with toys, lol. I'm kidding. I'm frenemies with a punk. I don't know, Curtis. Who are you talking about complains? A punk with toys or Bobby B? Who are you talking about? Who complains? Bobby B. I've grown to really love that guy. Like at first, I thought he was just kind of drab and a little dull. But then the more I listen to him, I just really begin to he really appreciates Joe and military figures. He loves Valaverse stuff. He does the Joy Toy 1/18th scale stuff that is also more modern military. So if it's modern military, he's going to cover it. I've just learned to really appreciate, and I like his knowledge, his knowledge base for stuff. Yeah, I don't watch enough of a punk with toys. I watch them every once in a while. I know that he's ruffled some feathers, but that's okay. It's going to happen.
A punk with toys? I've never heard of him. Punk with
he's
toys.
probably around our age.
I've never heard of him.
But anyway, yeah, I'm loving this. I love this Leathernet. This is incredible, dude.
Yeah, I like this figure. I don't really care for his gun, but this figure I really like. I could see him with a shotgun or.
I think if they maybe made him
something.
in a different colorway, I would probably pick him up. If they made him in the Hiss Fire Team colors, I would probably pick him up.
Yeah. I mean, the color is what turned me off initially, but he's just so big and chunky. I like the neck. It reminds me of kind of Hurt Locker, where they had that armor,
bomb disposal.
The bomb squad armor.
Also, I forgot to show this off, but his hat does come off.
Oh yeah,
this dude is solid. I loved Leatherneck as a kid. He was one of my favorites. He's a classic. You got to have him.
I never had him.
I'm glad that he is in the squad. He's in the squad. All right. Oh, check that out. Look here. We have here Purple Gang in the building. Is that the guy who used the
What's
figure
up, my man?
thumbnail? Yes. A punk with toys. That's right. Jordan, that's the I was trying to remember the controversy, and it was he showed the figure obscura head in the thumbnail before it was revealed. I think he showed it before Christmas, and then some people were getting ticked off, and then he had to address it, and he was like, "Sorry, not sorry." Yeah. I don't think he's real big in the cabal though, right? So maybe he didn't know, or maybe he just doesn't care, and whatever.
Trevor says, "Meh."
Yeah. Oh, Punk's all right, but he will do whatever he needs for views and likes. Hey. Before the show, Greg tilted his camera straight down to his crotch, and I was like, "You should probably leave it there for the rest of the show. We'd probably get some more super chats." He said it was an accident,
or
I
less.
I don't think it was an accident. I think it was on purpose. All right, so we've done our unboxings. Let's get on to the double down because we've got a lot to talk about, buddy. We're going to do some news today. All right, so you guys know every week, Greg and I typically take one topic and we focus on that one topic for our double down. I thought, really, that maybe what would be fun is if we just sprinkled in a little bit more news, toy news from the week, and then we're still going to get to our main topic, which is going to be the rest of the retailer wave from Mythic Legions, from Four Horsemen. Oh, look here, we have a new, I think this may be the first time I've ever seen Monarch Prime in the chat, so good morning, sir. Hello, guys. Trevor says, "Mad to the valid dude, not a punk with toys." Hey, it's not everybody's cup of tea. Update: Riot presses American Ninja X action figure and comic Kickstarter was unsuccessful. That is that the American Ninjas that we were talking about earlier, Jeff? The Kickstarter was not successful. I thought I still saw those figures up recently on Big Bad Toy Store, or am I wrong? And that sucks because those figures looked solid. Like I say that sucks, but to be honest with you, I didn't back it. Sorry.
That's why you're the one
person. If they failed by one, it was my fault. Yeah. Let's see. Curtis says he didn't know it was a surprise, but once he found out, he doubled down and gave a "fu." I'll do what I want. Yep, that's exactly how it seemed. That's exactly what it seemed like. So this week, like I said, we were going to be talking about the G.I. Joe big live stream that was going to be happening on February 18th. It looks like maybe a couple of those items had leaked out. What they were going to show anyway. But I think this also was going to be the first time that they were probably going to give us the first teaser for whatever the next Joe HasLab was going to be. And start that whole teasing campaign all the way up until June, until it's revealed in Yo Joe June. But it seems like as soon as this was revealed, womp womp, they delayed it an entire month for March 18th instead of February 18th. So that's why we did some Joes today. We were going to talk about this, and we had a whole show sort of planned around, like our double down was going to be what Greg and I thought the next Joe HasLab was going to be. And it seems like the general consensus is that it's going to be a Joe land-based vehicle to combat the His Tank. So His Tank came out, then we had the what was the next one that came out after that? Was the Dragonfly. It was a Joe air vehicle. Then we got the Cobra air vehicle. The Rattler was the next one. And then now it seems like it swings back towards the Joes, and that it would be a land-based vehicle. And so Greg and I we'd already done our picks for our top 3 land-based Joe vehicles that we wanted to see, and we each kind of went with like a smaller vehicle, a medium-sized vehicle, and then a super large vehicle that would really break the bank. But they decided not to do this for a number of reasons. Who knows? We can all we can do is speculate. But here is the official response from Hasbro, and some people have taken to reading between the lines, because people are thinking, because they said it looks like the Dreadnoks got their hands on our communications and tried to sabotage the mission. G.I. Joe is always ready, so we're moving the G.I. Joe fan stream to March 18th, 11 a.m. to make it bigger and better than ever. Stay sharp, stay on guard, and report to the Hasbro Pulse YouTube channel in a month for new exclusive reveals that will whip your collection into shape. And somebody took the Dreadnoks and they took Whip, because who doesn't refer to their vehicle as a Whip still? I mean, it's still the 90s, right? So
I would love this.
People are saying that
the
maybe
Thunder
it's
Machine.
going
I
to
would
be
love
the Thunder Machine.
I would back that like no problem.
I'd back it if
that
it
was
came
one of my
with
last.
Zartan's Chameleon.
That's a good idea. That's
Still
a good
waiting
idea.
for Hasbro
Like,
to
why
make
didn't
that
it
move.
ever? Yeah, why didn't that come out?
Yeah, I don't know. So people are saying that maybe since they mentioned the Dreadnoughts, that it's probably going to be this. I don't know. It would be kind of cool if they went neither Joe nor Cobra and did this. Do you think, and we can ask the chat too, do you guys think that they delayed this? Like, why do you guys think that they delayed it? Do you think it's because maybe they got... I was trying to think, like, what could cause them to knock it off of...
Maybe Chinese New Year. Maybe, their production model was not ready because of Chinese New Year or something.
Well,
maybe,
I kept thinking about all of that, right? Like, I kept thinking maybe they were waiting to get, like, some hard plastic prototypes in that they could show us of, potentially, but they wouldn't reveal the HasLab on this day. Like, they would probably just give us the first teaser. I don't think they're probably going to reveal the actual HasLab until maybe June, Yeah.
I don't know what would cause them to give them a month.
I even thought, like,
I don't know.
I was, pie in the sky thinking, I'm like, are they even, like, are they thinking, oh, well, let's, people are getting ready to, like, pre-order a bunch of stuff. Like, maybe we should, I don't know. Like, I really don't. I don't know why they would have delayed it, but they did. It's gone. So we'll have to wait another month to see what the, let's see. Terrence says, HasLabs are hit or miss.
I think they've all been good myself. Not to be contradictory to my boy Terrence, but I think they've all been good.
It might very well be because of the financial restructuring.
Yeah, I was thinking that too, maybe.
Yep. That's
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know much about Hasbro and the corporation and all that stuff.
Could be
and
waiting
what's going
for
on.
the pricing and tariff questions to settle down. Speaking of pricing, I don't know if anybody noticed. I certainly noticed. If you're a NECA collector, that NECA prices have jumped $2 like all of a sudden. Most NECA figure releases that I would see at Walmart or Target would be $34.99, and now I'm noticing all their new stuff is $36.99. The new clear Predator from the Prey movie with the bloody variant is $36. The new big chap from Alien Romulus is $36.99. Those prices have jumped. The next little bit of news this week, something super happy and makes me very happy, and I jumped on it, was Mondo released their pre-orders for Egon and the Boogeyman. Now, I'm not a fan of Boogeyman here. This character just looks wild and crazy to me, but this is the exclusive 2-pack that comes with the Boogeyman. He comes in an exclusive facial portrait. You can get this set for $202. It's still up for pre-order, or you can just pre-order Egon just by himself at
that was going to be my question.
For $101. I pre-ordered just Egon and his little blue ghost, and he comes with all this stuff in the corner. I did pre-order this. I pre-ordered straight from Mondo, but I did see that Vinkman so when Vinkman went up, like, I don't know, a couple months ago, he ended up, he did go to Big Bad Toy Store. So maybe like in a week or so, like, you'll see Egon on Big Bad Toy Store. I think Vinkman is now sold out. This is the 2-pack that Vinkman came with. He came with this pumpkin guy. This 2-pack is sold out at Mondo, but you can still pre-order Vinkman himself. Now, the cool thing is this is Mondo's like first foray into 1/12 scale figures. These are not their typical 1/6. I don't collect.
They look great.
I absolutely love this. I am kind of in the minority. I am somebody that I am more of a fan of Real Ghostbusters toys and cartoons than I am the actual movie. I'm not the biggest Ghostbuster movie fan, but I loved the cartoon and I loved Real Ghostbusters. I have all of the Kenner remakes. I have when Diamond Select took the Ghostbusters bodies from the movie figures and then repainted them for the I have all of those. So I have a couple of the old school like monster toys, the creature features. Like, I have some of those. Like, I really love this line. Like, I'm all in, and I think $100 is okay for the quality. I mean, this was a line that I was really hoping that like Super 7 would have gotten, and these are the figures that I wish Super 7 would have given us. And I'm thinking that I'm hoping that these will have more articulation than a typical Super 7 Ultimates figure.
They look Super 7-ish to me.
Yeah, absolutely. Boogeyman needs pants. Yeah, so do I.
I love the movies, but I don't think I've ever owned any kind of Ghostbusters product.
Oh yeah, Brian says
I've never
Mondo's
had the
doing
figures.
1/12 scale Motu 2000X figures at some point. Oh, I can't wait. That's going to be amazing. Mondo Evelyn was shown this week, and she is incredible. It's been a Masters of the Universe heavy week because we also got the first images from the He-Man movie, which I wasn't going to bring up because we're trying to keep it strictly toys, but the guy they've got playing Prince Adam or He-Man, he looks incredible. He has the look. I'm very happy about that. But listen,
that sword
looks great. I don't need He-Man to take place on planet Earth. This is one of the things that really screwed up that first movie in the 80s, was that the movie starts off in like the parking lot of like a chicken restaurant, and like
he's gonna fall in love with like a regular Earth woman, and
the only mention of Earth in all of He-Man is that I just see how I get excited, start flipping furniture over. Is that Queen Marlena came from Earth. She was an astronaut, and she gets lost in space, and she winds up in Eternia space. She crash lands on Eternia. That's it. That's the only mention of Earth. Like, we don't...
It's happening, buddy. It's
It
happening.
only needs to take place on Eternia. Do you remember when they were like, you
I'm
can't
with
set an entire Transformers movie on Cybertron? It wouldn't work. And then the guy who directed Bumblebee said, hold my Energon cube. And he literally set the first 10 minutes of that movie on Cybertron.
Right.
Fully CG, everything. And that was like the best 10 minutes of any Transformers movie ever. Well, not the cartoon, but live action. Like, we don't need He-Man on Earth. That when I saw this, I immediately was like, dude, I was so hyped for this, and y'all just ruined it. Like, I don't need that. I don't need it.
And he's got the pink shirt like he's Adam.
Yeah, I don't get
You know,
this.
he's got like the pink dress shirt. He looked good though. I mean, he looked like a young He-Man.
I'm trying to figure out. Boy, let me. Oh. I'm trying to figure out. Like, is this going to be a situation where like he's a regular dude on Earth, like an art dealer or some like museum student, or like he's trying
day trader,
and
or
he comes across this sword, and he finds like, oh, you hold it aloft and say the magic words, and then he transforms into He-Man and gets ripped across space and time to Eternia. Is that what's going to happen?
I could see that.
Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, I could see that, dude.
I just...
So he's an Earthling too.
Not the only. Yeah. So Terrence comes in. Not the only connection. Human kids are in the Christmas special. Christmas specials. Yeah. Man. Yeah. I don't know.
It's these executives, man. They've got to put their spin on it, dude.
I don't understand this. Like, the minute I was in the writing room and somebody said, we're going to start on Earth, like, I would fire that writer, like, day one. Like, you got to go, bro. You're out. Like,
out of here.
No, it's all taking place on
You're done.
Eternia.
Good day, sir.
Oh, my God. I'm still going to... Will I watch it when it hits Netflix? Sure. I'll watch it. Because I think it's a Netflix movie.
Looked like a Hallmark movie. I'm like, I don't know, man.
Let's see here. Oh, I didn't know this. Technically, the entire skeleton crew minus Skeletor were all supposed to be originally humans that were the other astronauts from the ship Marlena was in. Okay, I didn't know that. Now we're gonna get to this. So if watch. Oh, we got another super chat from Curtis. Gosh, dude, you're so awesome. Thank you so much. They aren't going to make a Motu movie that everyone will like. I'd like it on Eternia too, but after 38 years, I'll take anything. Yep, exactly. Yep.
Take anything that's good.
Yeah.
If it's not good, take it back.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a cool take, Brian. Treat it seriously, like Game of Thrones.
Yes.
My gosh.
That would be awesome.
That'd be great. Thank you, Curtis, again for the super chat. All right, Terrence is gonna log off right now while we talk about this. Here we are. When is $50 not too much to pay for a figure? When is this Marvel Legends figure? Okay, so Terrence, I want all of your feedback.
That's the key word.
All of your feedback on this
Marvel Legends
because
figure.
This guy is sold out at Big Bad Toy Store. It's sold out at Entertainment Earth. It's even sold out. Our faces are covering it up, but this image right here is from Hasbro because they are the makers of the figure. It is sold out there. It is sold out everywhere.
That's because of hype. It's hype or scalpers.
It's sold out everywhere except for GameStop. And if you like giving GameStop your money, Heinrich posted in our chat this morning that you can still go over to GameStop and give them $50 and pre-order this figure. I hate giving GameStop money. I cannot wait for that corporation to go under. Not because I wish these people to be out of work. I do not wish that at all. I just hate the people who run GameStop. They're abhorrent. The conditions they make their people work in. It's just, I can't even get into that. That's an entire thing.
I worked for them for
but
a couple months.
Is this figure worth the price of two Marvel Legends for what you get? I have never said that it is. From the day one, I have said this is a $35 figure all day long, which also, by the way, this is a $35 figure. The Captain America, and he comes with wings, and he doesn't nearly come with this much stuff. $35 figure. He does come with a lot, though. He comes with Red Wing, 2 backpacks, the wings, which are in multiple pieces, a bunch of different hands, 2 heads. He comes with a lot of stuff. I would say probably comparable. I'd say probably comparable. $35 figure. This is a $35 figure. This is not $50, but it is what it is. Now, let's talk about this. Let's talk about it. Why do we think it's sold out? Do you think the price was right for what you were getting?
Like I said,
or do you think...
No, it's hype. It's people that are like, oh, I better jump on the bandwagon. Or it's scalpers that are going to try and flip it. That's just my opinion.
Let's see. Terrence says he's the flagship character with new articulation, multiple heads, multiple webs, and multiple effects. Yep. Agreed.
It's still a Marvel Legends figure, though.
Singular Marvel Legend. I don't think this is $50. Let's see. Emperor Antonio says, I pre-ordered 2 of these at Base Spider-Man. Always sells well. Absolutely.
Yes, that is true.
Jean Grey was $50 with a Phoenix prop. Ooh, I did not know she was that high.
But did people buy that? Probably not.
I only
they
saw
probably
a few
waited
at my local
until
Target,
it got
and they went
cheaper.
pretty quick. Blake says it's worth it if you like it. I couldn't agree more. 100.
I like it.
Absolutely.
I like it. The question is it worth $50? I don't think so. I think that Marvel Legends, the figures should come with this much stuff. They've risen the price to what, $25, $26 already. And a lot of times you get nothing extra. I mean, you might get a set of hands or something, but they hardly give you extra heads anymore. So like this to me should be like, hey, we're giving you more of a value, raise it to 30 if you have to, but they're giving you more stuff. They're making the figure more unique, more special, more paint touch-ups, but not for more money or that much more money. It's still going to feel like a Marvel Legends figure when you hold it. It's not going to feel like a Mafex. It's not going to feel like quality. It's going to feel like a Marvel Legends. You bought a Marvel Legends with more accessories, and accessories are great. I love the hands, the bare hands with the web slinger. I think those are awesome. I love the spider sense thing. I love that too. But I'm going to wait. I will wait. I'll pay $30, $35 for it.
Yeah, I want to go back to what Curtis said right here. They manufactured a sellout. There will be more. This is exactly what I think they did. I think what Hasbro did is I think they waited to reveal the price until they saw a lot of people, like what the chat was saying, what the internet was saying. Is 50 too much? Is 60 too much? Is 75 too much? Is 35 too low? And I think that when they decided what they were going to sell it for and they revealed the price, I think then probably what they did is they probably limited the amount that could go out. I'm going to say that they probably manufactured as many of these figures as they do any other Spider-Man that comes out. Whatever that number is, I think they made just as many of this as they did the last Spider-Man figure or the last Wolverine figure. And I think what they did is they probably held back, or they probably limited online retailers to a much smaller amount this time. They probably said, we're only going to limit it out to this. And then when this figure comes out, it'll be sold out everywhere else, but it'll be super in stock over at Hasbro Pulse. Curtis says that there will be more. Of course there'll be more. They're not going to let this be sold out everywhere. They're not going to let people not get their hands on this. And this will be, I think this will be one of those figures that is still in Walmart and Target a year from now, whenever it comes out, a year from whenever it comes out, just like the Spider-Man and the Iron Man are from their series, when Marvel was like, we need to have evergreen characters on the shelf for kids to just walk in and parents buy for kids for report cards or Christmas or birthdays or whatever. And, those Iron Man and those Spider-Man figures are still hanging around my Walmart and Targets like crazy.
Remember those big figures? Remember the big 12-inch? Those were $50, weren't they?
They were. And that wasn't that long ago.
There you go.
That wasn't that long ago. So I think we're going to have tons of this guy. I think they're going to, when this figure gets marked down, I will buy one. There are several reasons why I didn't pre-order it. Number one, when it comes to classic Spider-Man, maybe this is just me. It's just me. This blue is too dark. I like a lighter blue. So to me, he doesn't have that super classic feel because I just don't like this particular color. I love the Peter head. I love the Peter hands. I've seen some of these spider effects before. That doesn't surprise me. Like, that's not that big of a deal. Maybe it's because I buy a lot of Mafex and SH Figure Arts Spider-Man figures that this just doesn't impress me. I do like the new articulation setup. We're going to talk about that here in just a second as well. I don't know. Oh, look here. Let me get back to the chat real quick. Terrence says, who cares if it is still just a Marvel Legends figure? A deluxe figure doesn't cost the same as a standard. That's true. Let's see here.
But it's still a Marvel Legends figure.
Yeah,
Terrence.
Multiverse charges the same
It's still,
and gives
it's still
less.
a Legends figure.
Yeah, totally. That's absolutely. Let's see. Brian says it does clear Hasbro to charge at least $50 for future Maximum series. What will they charge for Maximum Hulk? Probably a lot more than $50. That's true. If the series moves forward, because what I want to keep in mind too is when Hasbro relaunched Starting Lineup. Okay, when they relaunched Starting Lineup, they came out at this price. They came out at $50. Now, they also came with an NFT, which nobody cared about, nobody asked for, but Hasbro was trying to shove that down everybody's throats. Nobody wanted an NFT. Then Hasbro had to adjust that pricing structure, said, we're going to take the NFT out, and I think they charged $39.99. They still didn't sell. Now, these were fantastic figures. I bought one at $39.99. I bought... Geez, I am blanking this morning. Jason Tatum, because I'm a huge J-Tay fan. I love the Celtics. And so I bought Jason, and I was like, this is a solid figure. It looks good. He looks like him. They didn't have the tattoos because they don't want to get into rights issues over tattoos. But it came with that really cool card. It came with a stand, lots of hands, a basketball. I thought it was a solid figure. Since then, since they have been clogging Ollie's and Ross at $7.99, I have bought all of the figures, and I have all of the cards, and they are all great figures. That price killed that line. They were great figures. People love sports. People love action figures. Those things cross over. They should have a crossover. They had already announced that coming the following year, it was going to be NFL figures. They never came out. It literally killed Starting Lineup because they charged that price. I don't think this is going to fly. I think they're going to get maybe this one out. They may get out a Wolverine, but I think after that I don't think this is going to fly.
I think there's a threshold. I mean, whatever. I mean, it's a Marvel Legends figure. Like, yes, it's a new sculpt. It's pinless. But it's still like it's a Honda Civic. It is what it is. Like you can, it could be electric, it could be keyless, it could be whatever, but it's still what it is. It's still a Marvel Legends. Right. It's still a Marvel Legends figure. It's not, if somebody walked in and said, oh, nice Marvel Legends collection, you can't be upset that they didn't notice that was a Maximum Marvel Legends figure, whatever they're called. It's still, that's what it is. Like, Mafex, Curtis Mafex it's top tier in that, like, their Spider-Man, there's no comparison. They're hands down the best. Like, the symbiote Spidey, even Fig Arts, their Spider-Man are amazing figures. The articulation, the way they move, the way they're constructed, how they look. But these Marvel Legends figures, they're Marvel Legends figures. Like, they're great, but there's nothing there that tells me that it should be worth $50. Like, hands, a couple of heads, some Spidey webs. I mean, yes, I appreciate that they got more paint on it. But at the end of the day, it's a Marvel Legends figure.
I love the conversations happening in the chat. I'm trying to get through it all. I'm trying to read it. So thanks for Bill for joining. I really appreciate it. He says,
thank you, Bill.
We're entering a new era of new level of emboldened shareholder-driven anti-consumer business practices from the big corporations. No surprise that Hasbro is on board too. I agree with this. This has parts and seemingly good articulation. The plastic still looks shiny and cheap. Until we get it in hands, we really don't know. We're going to have to figure that out. Now, I'm going to jump into where I defended this figure this week. Because in one of my chats, I don't remember if it was this chat or my other local chat called Each Sold Separately that I'm a part of, but there was some online chatter about the images that were released saying that have you guys noticed, and I want to throw up a picture here. Have you guys noticed there is no waist articulation on this figure? So if you look right at his waist, He does not swivel at the waist. So here's a picture of that. And I drew some lines so we can see. And this is where I actually jumped in and said, people are saying $50 for a new figure that was designed from the ground up, new articulation, and they removed waist swivel. Well, I don't think they had room. Now, I'm going to defend them here, and I'm going to say, if you notice, the ab crunch is cut much deeper than a normal Marvel Legends figure. I can't show you here. Okay, yeah. So if you see, this is typically how Marvel Legends do. Here, let me do this. We all know this, but let me show. This is how Marvel Legends typically has the ab crunch. You see that it goes up, like the lower part goes up into the chest cavity, right? And this is how they do their ab crunch. So if we go back and we look at what they're doing here, so now you can see that the ab crunch is going downward. Let me see. Yeah, the ab crunch is going downward, and it's much deeper. It's a much more longer cylindrical, like it's much thinner. And I think that's so that this particular figure can get into those trademark Spidey poses. So if you look at where the yellow lines are, there's not enough room between that deep ab crunch and the thigh cut for there to be waist swivel. Now, we do get that new style of articulation that we saw like on the Astonishing X-Men Wolverine, where he has that curled like diaphragm cut above the rib cage. And I think that that's going to give off the same exact like articulation as being swiveling at the waist. So I don't see this as a downside. I see this as a plus, and I really appreciate that they did this. But that was like another topic this week too. You know, it's just, you know, where they decided to put the swivel. Is it at the waist or is it under the diaphragm? Some people have their preferences, but for me personally, I think that this is a win. Just me personally. And then, you know, yeah, Terrence says, I just don't see how much you assign value on more stuff. You know, Greg and I had a really good conversation with Brian Flynn from Super 7, and we talked to him about price and their ultimates. And Brian has said that he never understands this idea of putting value on articulation. He was like, you know, I don't care if our figures aren't like super articulated. They can move, they can pose, you can get them into fun poses. He was like, but articulation does not equate value. Does the character look the way it did as a cartoon or as a toy? Yes. Does it come with a lot of stuff for you to, you know, that they've packed in that they didn't have to include? Yes. Is it made of good quality plastic? Has good paint apps? Yes. Then he's like, there's your value. Why do you assign value to articulation? Right. And so I can see, what they're saying here, for sure. Sorry guys, there's a lot of chat going on today. This is a very popular topic, so I'm trying to get caught up.
It's a good discussion.
Good discussion. Let's see here.
I mean, I love Marvel Legends figures. I have them all over. But you can look at it and you could still see that it's a Marvel Legends figure. Like, it doesn't do anything extra for me. Like extra hands and a few extra heads doesn't equal $50 to me. It's still a Marvel Legends figure.
Yeah, here's the thing. If they had put out a figure that when I saw it, I was like, ooh, they're going after the Mafex market. Ooh, they're going after the SH Figure Arts market. I could see the pricing.
If the plastic was better, if it was different plastic, maybe. But
yeah, of course, Brian would say that articulation is crap. They throw stuff in that you don't need and often don't want to justify their price. Not incorrect. Not incorrect. Yeah, a lot of times, and they're deep cut too. Like there'll be an accessory that was in like 10 seconds of one episode, and I'm like, I don't need that. Let's drop that and bring the price down. Anyway, we could go on all day. We're already over our time limit already. Yeah, we're going to end on this. Our articulation doesn't increase value for me. I also only own one Super 7 figure. I think they're cheap and not worth the price. At the end of the day, here's what I'm going to say. At the end of the day, if you love this, get it.
Yes. Buy what makes you happy.
Buy what makes me happy. I am not going to yuck on anybody's yum. I'm not going to do that. This figure is not worth it for me. I hope that I can get my hands on one day at a lower price point, and as soon as the figure hits, or maybe right before the figure hits, we'll probably see some people get some of these, and they'll start doing their reviews. Maybe like I don't know, Shartimus Prime, maybe Anthony's Customs. Like, I hope that when these things hit and they're on sale over in Hong Kong and people are importing them and getting them first, and we see the reviews, I hope that somebody's going to come out and be like, this is mind blowing. And I may see a review for this and be like, well, now I got to get it. I'm not gonna poo-poo on anybody's parade. I think they've done some good stuff here. I think they've done some weird stuff here, but at the end of the day, this is just too expensive for a singular figure for me, no matter what it comes with. That's just me.
I'm with you. I love that. That's so. All right, guys. Good talks. Later.
Bye, everybody. Yeah, no. Yeah. You know what? I do that a lot at family gatherings, by the way. I'll walk in a room. I'll hear somebody say something. I'll rebut, and then I walk right out. I do that all the time.
Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, if you think that that's a good value, I'm not downing anybody. I'm not turning my nose up. Like, but in my mind, I would rather have a mythic if I was going to pay $50. You get the artistry of a mythic figure, the soft goods. You get, hand painted stuff. It's just miles above. And I shouldn't compare a mythic to a Hasbro, but I'm just saying, when it comes to what you get for $50, and I'm not being a stickler about $50. I spend money. I buy a lot of toys. I don't mind spending $50, but I'm just looking at what this figure is. Like, I'm brushing away the head sculpt and the hands and all that other extra stuff, and I'm looking at the figure, and it doesn't say $50 to me. That's just my opinion.
I just bought this for here. Let me get at it.
But we want everyone to be happy.
I just bought this 2-pack for $55. This was $54.99 full retail price, and I got one of these, guys. Look at, you see what I got? I mean,
you enjoy that.
That Maximum Spider-Man isn't coming with a veiny quad growth.
That's going to be our first giveaway for this
just
show.
The arm part, not even the figure. You're just getting
the arm,
the veiny nub. That's all you're getting. That's all you're getting.
That and the leg.
We have a leg.
Legless
We got
tiger.
a broken leg. Let's get into something that everybody. I love Bill's comment here. The online debates about this figure reveal a lot more about the people arguing about it than it does about this figure. I haven't argued with a single person about this figure once. I never have.
I'm not talking to a friend about this. Like, he got so mad at me.
Terrence?
Because he thinks that I'm no. Yeah, Terrence might be mad at me. I don't know. But no, another friend was like so mad, like, because he thinks I'm a, like a mythic, a mythic fan, that, I'm pooping on the Marvel Legends figure. And I'm like, it's just my opinion. Like, I would rather put my money towards a smaller, like, Bill says, a small indie toy maker. But you do you, answer with your wallet.
I know. Look, there are people in my local toy group that are like, why would you waste $25 on a Marvel Legends figure when you could spend $70 or $80 and get a Mafex? And I'm like, well, because this was $25 and it's fun. I got 5 or 6 days enjoyment out of it, and that's all I needed. Like,
right.
Let's get into something that everybody can agree on, and that's how much we love the Figura Obscura.
Yes.
Some of these new releases that we got this week that were, I guess they released 3 from Four Horsemen, released 3 last week, and the Retailer Wave exclusives, and 3 this week. We all knew that this repaint was coming. This is the Figura Obscura Ghost of Christmas Past. I'm gonna be. Let me say this. If the blue versions of these characters had been offered first, I would have gotten them, and if the more realistic colored versions were offered as the retailer exclusives, I wouldn't have gotten those. But since I have the original colors of the figures, I don't feel like I have the space or the money or the budget to pick these up. But I really like these blue colored figures.
I do too. Yeah, I didn't expect that to be what their version was, but once they showed, I'm like, duh, I didn't even think about that. So I love the blue. I mentioned to Curtis, watch them do like a all blue for the whole Christmas Carol set that will come out eventually, that they'll have like a multi-pack of like just a big box of blue. And I think that would be cool. Like they would all tie together and look great on a, fireplace mantle or
I
something.
really do like these because they look more ghostly, more like an apparition. But I pulled the trigger, and I have to like ask myself at this point, like, I'm only 2 figures in. Like, is that too far to like go back? Like, I could easily get rid of those 2, and then pick up these 2. I mean, that's like if I could pre-order this right now and then really only have to go back and get that other Jacob Marley. So, I mean, it's really not too far down the road to do this. And then that would save me from having to like go ahead and pre-order the next ones. But man, I really do like these blue color figures. They look fantastic.
I do too.
Next up, we have the Tusk. I believe they call this the Phantom Trooper, which is the a tribute to their Masters of the Universe line. This is the Horde Trooper, and I dig this. I'm going to be honest. I really don't know why this isn't the Toylanta / PowerCon exclusive instead of ATL. It's still a cosmic figure, and I think it would line up nicely. But maybe when they planned this figure a year ago, maybe PowerCon wasn't yet announced as being part of Toylanta, so whatever. I heard somebody recently mention that the Four Horsemen had mentioned, or maybe Eric had mentioned somewhere along the way, that they never wanted to introduce humans into the cosmic universe, and ATL is the only human in the cosmic universe. Yeah. Let's see here. Curtis says if you only collect one 4-H line, then Figure Obscura is the one, in my opinion. Yeah, I know definitely that Bill feels that way too. I know after I sat down and talked with Bill, like he was like Figure Obscura is like my favorite Four Horsemen product. Trevor says I
Definitely
prefer the originals, but the Haunted Mansion look is growing on me. Yeah, same here. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I yeah, it's really Haunted Mansion. That's exactly what it makes me think of. Yeah, I absolutely agree. This figure looks nice.
I'm not really into this.
You're not really into cosmics.
Not really. No, I'll let Jeff and Curtis buy this one.
Yes,
not really.
Correct.
ATL it looks great.
Technically, it isn't technically cosmic. That's right. It's a special release figure. That's right. And then Curtis says the human thing isn't a set rule, and the ATL technically isn't. Yeah. Thank you guys for.
You've been corrected, sir.
I don't really know what
you've been corrected.
To be honest,
we went past our hour, so
we're 1:32. Sorry.
Yeah, we're mentally struggling.
And my middle son is desperately trying to get into play Forza, but thankfully he can even play video games because last weekend, a few hours from now, last Saturday, my middle son fell and broke both bones in his right arm. But we've since had surgery and he's good, and no pins were needed. I say surgery, a procedure was done. They reset him. He's in a short cast now. Everything's all good. Let's get to the big banger. They closed out on an absolute banger, and it is this guy who somebody mentioned in the comments earlier. How many is a responsible amount to pre-order of this guy? And I pre-ordered 2 because I love this guy so much. I wanted to make one a barbarian with a sword and ditch the cape and maybe a little bit of armor. And I think making some sort of warrior out of this is going to be super cool. I love this. What about you, Ben?
It's slow to grow on me. I actually really love the soft goods. Any kind of magic user I'm a fan of. I don't know.
I think this might be, and Trevor could probably tell us. I think this might be the same soft goods from the second Greyborn in Cosmics. Do you remember that guy? Was it the second one?
Aes or Altair? I don't know. I don't have that one, so I'm not sure.
With like a really big hooded cloak, and this to me looks like that. Maybe
I like
Bill
it.
Can tell us.
I like it.
I could be wrong, but all reuse. We see the snake reuse piece from Thrace, correct? We see some stuff that came with Krotos, Lord Baldric's pauldrons. That's what is that? That is the Falcon from Dubon. This guy just looks.
What's everyone think in the chat of this figure? What do you guys think?
For me personally, this is the highlight of the entire, like all 6 figures that was revealed. Like this is the.
I like the red Bastet myself.
She does look good.
But the red Bastet for me was fire. I like this one. I don't mean to sound negative, and I'm not going to say it seems generic to me or thrown together, but that was my thought. And I mean that with all respect. I just feel like it was like, what can we put together that's fresh, but they have existing already, repainting. It's just, I don't know. I think it's cool, but it's just not my cup of tea. I'm not going to poo-poo it, but it's just not for me. I think it's cool. I'll probably buy one.
Trevor says it might be the same pattern. Bill then said the cloak is a redesign of the Altar cloak. And then Jeff said...
I love the cloak. I think the cloak is
Jeff
awesome.
Said it's Altar's blue cloak reworked with a larger hood, according to Joe Vasapolo. So there we go. There's the official word.
I love the hood. I love the cloak.
In real life, I am not a fan of snakes. They scare me. They freak me out. I do not like them. When we go to any zoo, I do not accompany the family into the reptile cave. I don't do it. I don't want to. I don't.
You guys go on ahead.
Yeah,
go on ahead.
Anybody want like some shaved ice?
I have a snow cone.
I'll go get it.
Snow cone out here.
I don't like snakes.
All day long.
They're beautiful. They're gorgeous. I don't like to look at them.
I love that head sculpt.
But
yeah,
snake
the snake heads are
all
awesome.
day long. The snake men from He-Man, love them. Like I love this so hard. Like this is. I can't wait to make a barbarian out of this. Like I need a lot of these.
I think the Ninian I loved, but for some reason this one just doesn't. Maybe it's too soon or something. I think I like the colors of the Ninian better than I like the colors on this one.
But hey, keep them.
The body's kind of
I'll
sleeve-stacked
any colorways of the Snake Man that you guys want to give me, dude. We had a full packed show today. We had good conversation in the chat. I hope that nobody is, I hope neither one of us have. I hope I haven't offended. Greg certainly has offended some people today. I most definitely have not.
I hope I have not. I mean, I hope Terrence will still
Terrence
talk
is
to
not
me
mad.
after
He
this.
said it right here. He's like, I am.
That he's not mad. At first, he said he's not mad about a figure. So I'm like, is he mad about something else? I don't know.
Mad. Period. And then he promptly.
That was his second comment.
He promptly logged right off. No.
Oh, did he?
Kidding. No, he's been hanging out. No.
Okay.
No.
I'm out of here.
Terrence. He's fantastic.
Terrence is a great guy,
everybody
man.
in this chat. You guys are amazing. We did a full
yeah, we've got some
today.
wonderful
24 people. That might be.
Thank you guys.
That might be the most we've ever had watching this show. Again, I just want to give a huge shout out to Scott Ball in the Cabal and his brother.
Absolutely.
For keeping us updated on his condition. I know that we all are sending as much love and positivity and positive energy his way. Thank you guys for joining us in the chat. Greg, thank you for being here every Saturday. Thank you for being one of
I had a good time.
The best human beings
good
on
talks.
the planet that I know. And yeah, man, toys. Buy what you love. Look,
Blake.
You know what? At the end of the day, this world is on fire.
Love you, T.
The world is on fire, and you can't take it with you. So go out there and buy a toy today and make yourself happy. I am waiting on four boxes, and I can't wait for them to get here because I'm just going to sit down and play with some toys today. That's what I'm going to do.
I can't wait till next Saturday so we can do this all over again.
And
I look forward to this, man.
Absolutely. And Jeff says, love the new time. So do I.
I do too. Yeah, it's been good. It's been good.
I can't select the one.
No Curtis in the shower, but still.
I mean,
good.
Only Darla gets that. You know what I'm saying? Okay. I don't know what's going on with the chat. It's not letting me close these things. It's giving me a hard time. So with that, we're just going to end this.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for
joining
us.
Guys.
I super appreciate it. And we, Greg and I, we'll see you in the toy aisles. Bye, guys.
See you guys. Thank you.